I'm Lenny, and in this video, I'm going to discuss the film Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. It is actually the 10-year anniversary of its original release date, and I figure what better time to watch this movie, which was released in 2010. It's rated PG-13 and has the runtime of 1 hour and 53 minutes. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is a very unique film. It combines so many different genres and themes. You have anime, you have comic books, you have video games, you have music, all thrown together, and it works. This film is still a blast to watch now as it was 10 years ago. This movie is like the Snicker bar of films where it's loaded with talent. You got Cera, Audrey Plaza, Brie Larson, Anna Kendrick, Chris Evans, Brandon Routh, Kieran Culkin, Jason Schwartzman. Of course, I can't forget Mary Elizabeth Winstead. There's so many people within this film. It takes place in Toronto, Canada, and that is where we meet Mr. Scott Pilgrim, who is 22 years old. Scott plays bass guitar in the band Sex Bob Ob. Say that 20 times fast. Sex Bob Ob. Sex Bob Ob. We are Sex Bob Ob. Scott's kind of going through a rough transition at the moment. A year ago, he broke up with the love of his life. He broke up with his girlfriend, Natalie, who has changed her name and is having mega success in the band The Clash at Demon Head and is now going by Envy Adams. Well, Natalie, who now is Envy Adams, broke his heart. This action has put Scott on kind of a destructive path where now he has become a serial dater himself. And to be honest with you, when we first meet him, he's not the most sensitive character in the world. He's not the nicest person in the world. He's actually very self-absorbed and very selfish. Within the group, you have Kim Pines, who's the kick-ass drummer, who Scott dated and broke up with and never gave her a reason or an explanation or even an apology. So within the group itself, there's tension between those two, which is understandably so. We also meet Wallace Wells, who is Scott's roommate and one of his best friends. This is one of my favorite characters within the film, played by Kieran Culkin. It is probably my favorite character. It is. I don't even have to guess. Kieran Culkin plays him perfectly. I love his delivery. I love everything about him. Scott, who's 22, is currently dating a 17-year-old high school girl named Knives Chow, who is very, very lovely, very, very kind, very sweet, but she's also very young and illegal. At least by United States standards. I don't know how that goes elsewhere. While Scott is dating Knives, he actually runs into his dream girl, his literal dream girl, a girl that he has dreamed about, and he runs into her at the library and then later on that same evening at a party. And this lady's name is Ramona Flowers, and she is a visitor from a strange land. She comes from New York, USA. Believing that it's fate that he runs into her twice or sees her twice within the same day, Scott does everything that he can to make himself known to Ramona Flowers. Becoming absolutely smitten by Ramona, he begins to date her while he is still dating Knives. She invites him to her house for a birthday dinner and tells him she loves him. All within the same breath, he says, "I think that we should break up." But he doesn't tell her the truth or the reason why. He doesn't tell her about Ramona, and he didn't tell Ramona about Knives. And this seems to be the pattern with Scott. Coming with Ramona? To be with Ramona, though, you have to pay a heavy toll. He must battle against the League of Evil Exes. 7 evil exes that he must do battle with. Most notable out of the 7 evil exes is Lucas Lee, skateboarder turned actor turned skateboarder, played brilliantly by Chris Evans. Brandon Routh plays Todd Ingram, who is the bass player within Envy's group, The Clash at Demon Head. So there's already tension between Scott and Todd right there. Todd's secret weapon is he's vegan, which gives him psychic vegan powers. The League of Evil Exes was actually put together by the G-Man, the big G-Man himself, Gideon, who is played by Jason Schwartzman, who is actually in charge of a battle of the bands type deal. What's amazing about each and every one of these battle scenes is just the visuals, the sounds, everything. Within the fight scenes, you have combo counters, you have health bars, you have KOs, you have all the type of stuff that you would see in any kind of street fighting video game. Also the way that it mixes the different genres of comic books and comic book panels and splash pages with the words and the fonts that go across the screen is brilliant. Also, some of the fighting that takes place is a battle of the band style of fighting where the two groups are going. Avatars represent the music that they're playing and no clash. There's something very cool about this film though. We actually see character growth. From where Scott is at the very beginning of the film to where he's at the end of the film, there's an arc and there's character growth. And yeah, he's a scumbag in the beginning, but during these battles, he begins to reflect and work on things that needed to be worked on upon himself. Upon himself? Within himself. During his battle with Gideon, Scott finally gives Kim the apology and the closure and the explanation she has been waiting for. Scott earns the power of love. He has professed and proclaimed his love for Ramona, which gives him the power of love. Scott earns the power of self-respect. He finally comes clean about the whole Knives and Ramona aspect, how he cheated on both of them at the same time with each other. Scott and Knives, with assistance from Ramona, are able to beat Gideon. Scott has to battle Nega Scott, the negative Scott within him. And once those two kind of close the deal and work their issues out and become friends, believing that their time is done, Ramona says goodbye to Scott, Scott says goodbye to Ramona, but it's actually Knives who tells Scott to go get her. Go get her. You did all this fighting for her. Go be with her. Scott chases Ramona, they talk, they are going to give this relationship a go, and they are going to enter the future together. Everything about this movie just screams fun. The soundtrack, the music, all of it, the potpourri of everything together makes it. I highly suggest that you see it if you have not done so. Rating Scott Pilgrim vs. the World on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it an 8. We have now come to the interactive part of this video. If you think the video is worthy of a thumbs up, please feel free to do so, and if you enjoyed the video and you want to see others like it, all you have to do is hit the YouTube logo down in the corner and you'll get a notification anytime a new video is uploaded to the channel. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the opportunity to talk about these things that I'm passionate about. Greatly appreciate that. Please be safe, be careful, and I'll talk to you soon.